Hello children, hope you are doing safe and good at home. This is Life of Pi part 2. We have already seen that Pi had found the place where the water supply is and he wanted to take it. When he unrolled the tarpaulin, he could have pinched the bottom of the tiger. So he was easily the tiger would have got around and eaten him. So that much was the distance between the tiger and Pi. Now he is talking to himself and he is also narrating it to you how pleasure it was for him to find out the supplies. God, preserve me. No supplication was ever more passionate yet more gently carried by the breath. I lay absolutely motionless. I had to have water. I brought my hand down and quietly undid the hasp. I pulled the lid. It opened onto a locker. I looked down between my legs. I thought I would faint for joy. The open locker glistened with the shiny new things. Oh, the delight of the manufactured good, the man-made device, the created thing. The moment of a material revelation brought an intensity of pleasure, a heady mix of hope, surprise, disbelief, thrill, gratitude, all crushed into one. Unequaled in my life by any Christmas, birthday, wedding, Diwali, or any gift giving occasion, I was positively giddy with happiness. Okay, so here he is finding that when he is opening the door of that supply with a hasp, he is finding another locker which is having all these supplies. When he is opening it, the glitter of those tins, the aluminum tins inside, it is glittering, and he is like no other supplication, no other supply in this world would have given him that much of joy, it seems. He is just like that, thrilled, everything together, hope, surprise, disbelief, thrill, gratitude, all emotions put together. He is enjoying that moment. Whenever he got gifts for Christmas or birthday or a wedding occasion, Diwali or any gifting occasions, the joy he had got in the on those days is just unequal to the joy that he is having now. So he is feeling that he is feeling giddy in a positive way. Okay, my eyes immediately fell upon what I was looking for. Whether in a bottle, a tin can, or a carton, water is unmistakably packaged. On this lifeboat, the wine of a life was saved in pale golden cans that fit nicely in the hand. Drinking water, said the vintage label in black letters. HP Foods Limited, where the winters 500 ml were the contents. There were stacks of these cans, too many to count at a glance. Okay, so he is seeing that there in that locker, when he is opening it on the lifeboat, there are all golden cans. Okay, there are drinking water. It is printed on top of it in black letters, and it is the product of HP Food Limited, and it is of 500 ml of each content. And these cans, too many were there. He was unable to count it just at a glance. With a shaking hand, I reached down and picked one up. It was cool to touch and heavy. I shook it. The bubble of the air inside made me dull gulp, gulp, glub sound. With a shaking hand, I reached down and picked one up. It was cool to the touch and heavy. I shook it. The bubble of air inside made a dull glub 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 sound. I was about to be delivered from the hellish thirst. My pulse raised at the thought. I only had to open the can. I paused. How could I do that? Okay, so he just took one tin can out, and it was so cool and it was heavy too. He shook it. Just because he shook it, the bubbles inside, the air bubbles inside the can gave the glub 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 sound, and he was thirsty like hell. So he just wanted to go ahead to drink it once for all, and my pulse raised at the thought. Just the thought of having like, I have a water can in my hand, I'm going to drink it now, that raised his pulse. It seems the heartbeat got raised. I had only to open the can. He only one step more. What is that? Opening the can. I paused. How would I do that? So he was about to open the can and he thought, wait, how would I do that? I had a can. Surely I had a can opener. I looked in the locker. There was a great quantity of things I rummaged about. I was losing patience. Aching expectations had run its fruitful course. I had to drink now or I would die. I could not find the desired instrument, but there was no time for useless distress. Action was needed. Could I prise it open with the fingernails? I tried. I couldn't. My teeth? It wasn't worth trying. So he is now puzzled how to open the can. He had a can, the can is in his hand, okay, but the opener is not there. He looked into the locker. There was a great quantity of things. Many things were there. He started to search, rummage. He started to search inside the locker. But to his aching expectation, okay, the fruitful course is what? Finding a water. But the expectation is what? Immediately he could drink was the expectation. But still, he is unable to drink because this opener is not there. I could find the desired instrument. I could not find the desired instrument. Whichever instrument he is searching for, he is unable to find it. Okay, and he was thinking, action is needed at this time. Can he pierce with the can with his fingernails? He tried. It was not possible. With his teeth, he was thinking, but it is not worth trying. I looked over the gunnel, the tarpaulin hooks, short, blunt, solid. I kneeled on the bench and leaned over. Holding the can with both my hands, I sharply brought it up against a hook. A good dint. I did it again. Another dint next to the first, but dint of dinting, I managed the trick. The pearl of water appeared. I licked it off. I turned the can and bounced the opposite side of the top against the hook to make another hole. It worked like a find. I made a larger hole. I sat back on the gunnel. I held the can up to my face. I opened my mouth. I tilted the can. Okay, so what happened? He searched for this bottle opener, the can opener, for a long time. He did not get it, and he was seeing around what is available. When he saw in the boat and all, there will be hooks on all corners. There will be hooks, U-like hooks will be there. So he just pushed the can onto the U-like hook, okay, and he made a hole on the can and he started to drink it. Okay, he opened his mouth and tilted the can. My feelings can perhaps be imagined, but they can hardly be described. Okay, his feelings can be imagined, but hardly can be described, because that's an emotion. It's not just like the happening, it's an emotion. He is unable to describe it. To the gurgling beat of my greedy throat, pure, delicious, beautiful, crystalline water flowed into my system. Liquid life it was. I drained that golden cup to the very last drop, sucking at the whole to catch any remaining moisture. I went, tossed the can overboard and got another one. Okay, so gurgling beat of the greedy throat, gugg, 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 that sound was there when he was drinking the water. Pure, delicious, beautiful, crystalline water flowed into his system, it seems. It was a liquid life he is describing. Okay, he just tasted the last moisture of the can and he said, that satisfying sound from his throat it had come. Okay, he tossed that empty can overboard and got another one. I opened it the way I had first, and its contents vanished just as quickly. The can sailed overboard too, and I opened the next one, which shortly also ended up in the ocean. Another can was dispatched. I drank 4 cans, 2 liters of that most exquisite of nectars before I starved. Okay, so 4 cans he had drunk one after the other. He had tossed the empty cans into the ocean, and he had drunk almost 2 liters of water. Okay, and it was like the nectar means what, the honey that is there in the pollens of the flowers, those are called nectars, right? So such taste it was, such a sweet taste it was, it seems. You might think such a rapid intake of water after prolonged thirst might upset my system. Nonsense. I never felt better in my life. Why, I feel my brow. My forehead was wet with fresh, clean, refreshing perspiration. Everything in me was right down to the pores of my skin was expressing joy. Okay, so you might think after so many days of not drinking water, not eating anything, if he drinks 2 liters of water all at a time, won't it disturb his system? He is telling it's all nonsense. He had never felt such a refreshing day in his life, it seems. He was able to feel his eyebrows. His forehead was as fresh as it was, it seems. Okay, so the pores of the skin, every pores of his skin, the small holes in his skin, they are expressing joy, it seems. A sense of well being quickly overcame me. My mouth became moist and soft. I forgot about the back of my throat. My skin relaxed. My joints moved with greater ease. My heart began to beat like a merry drum, and blood started flowing through my veins like cars from the wedding party honking their way through the town. Okay, so his sense of well being, I am good now. I'm all good now. I'm alive. That kind of a feeling. Okay. His mouth became moist and soft, it seems. Okay. He forgot about the back of his throat, how aching it was. He just completely forgot about that. Okay. His heart began to beat like a merry drum. Happy drum beating was there in his heart, and his blood started flowing into the veins as though in the wedding occasion, cars will be parked, and once the wedding is over, all the cars will be starting to move, and they will honk regularly. Like that, the cars were moving, it seems. Okay. Strength and suppleness came back to my muscles. My head became clearer. Truly, I was coming back to life from dead. It was glorious. I tell you, to be drunk on alcohol is disgraceful, but to be drunk on water is noble and ecstatic, basked in bliss and plenitude for several minutes. Okay, so even if you are having alcohol and you are feeling that bliss, that is unmatched with the feeling of having this water after a long thirst. That is what he is explaining here. I had water rations to last me 124 days. Never had simple arithmetic brought such a smile to my face. It was Richard Parker who calmed me down. Okay, he had water supply that will last for 124 days. Okay, never in his life calculation made him so happy, it seems. And Richard Parker was the one person who made him calm down. Means what? He was not afraid of the hyena, he was not afraid of the zebra, because Richard Parker was the biggest threat. When Richard Parker is there, he is not able to be afraid, or he is not ready to get afraid, or not ready to be in mode of getting stuck somewhere. That feeling is not there, because Richard Parker is the greatest fear for him in the boat. So he is just like that, getting ready to face anything. It is the irony of the story. It is the irony of the story that the one who scared me witless to start with was the very same who brought me peace, purpose, I dare say even wholeness. Okay, so it is the irony, like Richard Parker is the one who he has to fear, he has to restrain himself to one place, he will not be able to move at all. But in an opposite manner, Richard Parker gave him peace. Richard Parker made him to search for his purpose. Okay, he gave him wholeness. That is irony. Irony is something opposite. Opposite reaction is irony. I had to tame him. It was that at that moment that I realized his necessity. It was not a question for him or me, but of him and me. We were literally and figuratively in the same boat. We would live or we would die together. He might be killed in an accident or he could die shortly of natural causes, but it would be foolish to count on such an eventuality. I had to tame him. Okay, he had to preserve him, like he had to be careful with him. It was at that moment that I realized this necessity. Okay, the question is not about he, Pi, or Richard Parker. It is about Pi and Richard Parker. They are in the same boat. They would either live or die together because the situation is so. Richard Parker is also tired. He might be killed in an accident or he could die shortly of natural causes. Okay, at least Pi is having some water to drink. Richard Parker has nothing to eat for a long days. Okay, so for long days he is having nothing to eat and he is unable to move from his place. Might be naturally he will also die one day, but it could be foolish to count on such an eventuality. If at all he thinks it will happen, that is a foolish thing. More likely to worst would happen. The simple passage of time in which his his animal toughness would easily outlast my human frailty. Only if I tamed him could I possibly trick him into dying first, if he had to come to that sorry business. Okay, so only if we tame him, like only if he only if he is afraid of Richard Parker, he will be able to, his animal toughness would easily outlast his human frailty. Human beings are frail when it is compared to the tiger's power. Okay, and only if he is afraid of this Richard Parker, he could trick on something and he could make him die. Okay, and if at all Richard Parker calls for that time, you or me, if at all he starts that, then he has to do it. But there is more to do, but there is more to it. I'll come to clean. I'll tell you a secret. But there is more to it. I'll come clean. I'll tell you a secret. A part of me was glad about Richard Parker. A part of me did not want Richard Parker to die at all, because if he died, I would be left alone with despair. And a foe even more formidable than a tiger. If I still had the will to live, it was thanks to Richard Parker. He kept me from thinking too much about my family and my tragic circumstances. He pushed me to go on living. I hated him for it, yet at the same time I was grateful. Okay, so a part of him liked Richard Parker, a part of him did not like Richard Parker, and he generally genuinely he did not like Richard Parker to die, because if he dies, he will be left alone in the boat. Now, Richard Parker and Pi alone are there in the boat. If at all Richard Parker dies, then Pi will be left all alone. He did not want that situation to happen. And he is also thanking Richard Parker because just because Richard Parker is there, did not think about the tragic circumstance. The boat sank, all his family members are lost, he doesn't know what to do in his life, everything, all other emotional thoughts did not occur to him at all, because he wanted to push himself to live against Richard Parker. Just because Richard Parker was there, just because the tiger was there, he did not think about anything else in his life. He wanted to save his life first. Understood? And he was grateful, because I am grateful. It is a plain truth. Without Richard Parker, I wouldn't be alive today to tell you my story. So, if Richard Parker was not there, Pi would have lost his hope. He would have, just like that, felt that he would die. Okay, so he might have thought that he will leave his life, like that he would have thought. That is why he is thanking Richard Parker, because today he is alive to tell the story to us. I left Richard Parker in the jungle and waited for my ship. It pained me to see the animal without even turning his head to have a last glimpse. The ship did find me, and I am now reunited with my family. Okay, so at last, what happened after all the struggle? He left Richard Parker in a jungle, okay, and waited for a ship to come and pick him up. And it was a painful moment when he saw this Richard Parker just walked into the jungle without even turning and giving him a look, it seems. Okay, it was a painful moment, but still animals would do that. Animals don't have emotions. Okay, and ship also found him, and Pi is now reunited with his family. Okay, and that is all for the lesson. About the author we had already seen. There are glossary here, you can go ahead to learn the glossaries. Okay, and there are question and answers, for which I have already sent you the notes for all these question and answer and paragraph questions. I had already sent. I want everybody of you to submit the classworks. Okay, only if you submit your classwork it will be easy for you. There is no announcement that there will be no exam for you. Might be there are exams, or now not no exams. You better be prepared for anything, any condition, like pi. Okay, like pi, we should be also be prepared for any condition in our life. Okay, next will be our prose lesson in the celebration of being alive. Before that, I will want you to go ahead to work on the vocabulary exercises of unit 1 and 2. Okay, vocabulary exercises of unit 1 and 2. In the next live session when we meet, I will discuss the vocabulary exercises answers of unit 1 and 2. Okay, children, thank you so much. Meet you again.